So the first part of the promotional mix we're going to look at is advertising. So this is how businesses connect with people. The definition here is advertising is widely used by enterprises that wish to make more customers aware of the products that they offer. The next time you open a magazine or newspaper, see how many adverts you can spot. And literally, advertising is everywhere. It is big business. It makes an absolute fortune in itself, and a lot of services such as online TV shows or social media sites can charge quite a lot for enterprises to advertise on their space. So, what is advertising? Advertising entails an enterprise paying for space in the media to communicate with the public about its goods and services. So, say for example, I ran an ice cream cart, a vintage ice cream cart in the centre of Exeter. I may pay to have an advert in Devon Live because people will obviously see my business advertised. So, it'd be a really good place for me to get more customers. However, advertising can be expensive, so enterprises must ensure they spend their advertising budgets carefully. Some businesses choose to use digital advertising, as the cost of this is often considerably less. An interesting fact about digital advertising, say for example social media, you're only billed as a company for your adverts every time someone clicks on your advert. So say you run an advertising campaign on Facebook, you're only ever billed for when people click on the advert to go to your actual website. So that's when Facebook will bill you. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee you're going to get customers and sales, but it is that one step closer to people engaging with your business. Okay, so digital advertising is done online using a device such as a mobile phone. Interesting fact. So, the purpose of advertising, there are two main purposes: to inform people and to persuade people to make a purchase. Informing people, an enterprise needs to make potential customers aware of a new product and its benefits. For example, if I just brought out a new pair of trainers, a really stylish pair of trainers, I'd want to make sure people are aware of that product. Make sure it's given enough coverage. So I do want to advertise, don't I? I want people to see its benefits. I want them to feel like they're walking almost on air when they wear them. To persuade people to make a purchase, so an enterprise might tell people about the benefits its products offer or their value for money. So people want two things when they're buying a product: something that's going to benefit them, something that's going to add something to their lives somehow, or they want something that's going to be cheap enough for them to go, yeah, I've got a bargain. Right, I'm probably more in the second category when it comes to being a customer, but I always like to feel like I get quality and value for money when I buy things, and most of us do. So they're two things, and you need to persuade people with those kinds of messages in your advert. Different companies use adverts according to their individual needs, with one or both of these purposes in mind. For example, in the UK, Weight Watchers UK might use adverts to inform people of the dangers of obesity and then persuade people to lose weight using their service. So persuade them to think that Weight Watchers is the solution because it's more of a friendly and supportive way of doing that kind of thing. Okay, so informing people and persuading people. Did you know adverts printed an odd number of pages of a magazine or newspaper on the right hand side can cost more than those printed on even numbered pages? This is because people see the right hand side of the magazine or newspaper first when they're turning pages and are more likely to pay attention. There you go. Right, methods of advertising then. So an enterprise can choose from several methods of advertising. We're going to have a look at the table now. So we can use moving images and videos. So these can be on television, in a cinema when people are about to watch a film, so at the beginning, posted on a video streaming site such as YouTube. And now actually video adverts feature as part of YouTube videos, don't they? They're always the first 30 seconds when you load a YouTube video. Why is this type of advertising used? These would be suitable for goods that have several features or moving parts because the images can show demonstrations of the goods being used. They can also show people prancing around really happily, interacting with the product some way, and that creates a sort of positive vibe, doesn't it? Print. So another method of advertising is in the print. So in newspapers, magazines, or on billboards. This means sort of like big posters. These will be generally seen by large numbers of people. For example, eye-catching billboards can be placed beside busy roads, and modern technology means that digital adverts can be changed at different times of the day to a particular target audience. For example, an advert for a new type of laptop could be programmed to display during rush hour when commuters and business people are more likely to see it. So digital displays are sort of like, I guess, LCD TV screens that are built in like a sort of poster on the wall of a train station, perhaps. So ambient, public spaces such as the sides of buses. So buses have adverts all over them. That's what it means. Ambient advertising can be effective at catching the attention of potential customers who are passing by or waiting. You're more likely to notice a bus with an advert on it. There may be a poster by the side of the road because the bus is moving. It's an odd shape, and when you see an advert stretched over the bus, you are more likely to pay attention. Digital, so adverts on websites. These can be videos or they can be small, sort of 200 by 500 pixel height banners. Um, Lots of different ways of doing it. They can be adverts sent in emails, so mail shots to people. Digital advertising reaches large numbers of people very quickly. Companies such as Google and Facebook have developed technology that makes adverts appear when people type in certain keywords in their web browser. The only problem is people are a little bit more desensitized to online adverts, so they're less likely to pay attention to them. So if you do run an online advertising campaign, it's got to really catch people's attention because unfortunately the internet is now awash with adverts. Audio. So radio adverts and adverts on music streaming platforms such as Spotify. Really good point to make there. So you could be listening to Spotify and every 2 or 3 songs you get an advert. You have to listen to it. You can't turn it off. It's a bit like with the YouTube adverts with the videos at the beginning. These allow enterprises to talk to customers about their products for a relatively low cost because there are no images required. An enterprise can tell people about the features of the product and where it can be bought. Sometimes these adverts feature famous voices to give them extra credibility. So a radio advert, for example, could have different celebrities telling me about, I don't know, a new restaurant to eat at. And perhaps Noel Edmonds is one of the people talking on the advert. Okay, so methods of advertising. Moving images and videos, print, ambient, digital, and audio. And here we go. There's an effective use of advertising on the London Underground. If you've ever been on it, they advertise all sorts of shows going up the side, and you're reminded continuously because you see the same advert every 3 or 4 posters. You're reminded continuously about that product or service. See, there's the yellow one there, and there's the yellow one there. And it just makes people think. It just gives that image in your head. So as you're going up the escalator from the tube, there are literally hundreds of these billboard posters, very small. They're like I think A2 size, and they are just designed to catch people's attention and remind them of a particular product or a particular show, and that's a form of billboard advertising. Okay, there's your methods of advertising, and we've got purposes to inform people and to persuade people to make a purchase.